All right. Welcome from the crossroads of America. A talk show about, well, this is meant to be shooting with disabilities, but we talk guns, politics, or anything else that crosses my mind. Answer questions from the audience, either in the chat or by email at rickslifeasIseeit at gmail.com or spottedrick at gmail.com. I have a Patreon page, PayPal, and all that other good stuff in the info section below. So there we go. Let's see. Can you guys hear me? My Rob, New York Outcast, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
All right. I just wonder who the other two fellow gun tubers are. There's no name, no avatar, so I don't know who they are. But
not sure. Might have been a failed connection or something.
Could be.
I don't know.
Well,
if they're
anyway.
not saying anything, I probably wouldn't let them in just to be safe. I don't know.
All right. So anyway, introduce yourself since you're on my panel. So how you doing?
All right. I'm that guy from New York. Doing well. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah, he's the guy from New York and keeps getting outshot by his woman.
Well, that's debatable.
I heard you say, look, I blew his head out or whatever, but you were slightly off to the left on that head. There was more empty space. Hers were more grouped in the actual target itself. I paused it and studied it.
I'm sure she would love to hear you say that.
Yeah. Yeah, so. Anyway, welcome. Now, I don't know who, I wonder if that's Squib, but he's having trouble. So, anyway, since I introduced you there, let's go to my chat. First in was Kingpin, then Grabby Turtle, then Tactical Fud, Kevin in New York, Raphael's here, Defense Dad, Vanessa, the Gun Snob. They're all starting to come in now. And if you guys noticed, I put up a poll there saying, should I try to keep it shooting with disabilities or just go to a midweek chat on, like I do on a Saturday, but do it midweek with topics or what's been happening, during since you saw me on Saturday or whatever. So there's a poll there. So if you do that before you leave, I would appreciate it. For I'll know what to do. So far, we've got 88% saying yes. Change it to a regular midweek chat. So, but I'm going to keep it running the whole chat. So there we go. I was actually, what was I looking at? Oh yeah, I was looking at a. Let me see if it will show. Let me see if it will show me. Talking about shooting with disabilities. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? No. Come on. There it is. Yeah, I was looking at this. Can you see that, Rob? The iPal?
No, all I see is dark screen.
Okay. It's like an eye patch for people with who are having trouble seeing. You put it on your glasses, but instead of just sort of like covering your eye up to keep one eye thing, it actually's got I believe it's got a small hole in the center. So you can focus that eye right on your target. Mind you, they ain't cheap though. The $25. But I thought it was a pretty neat idea. But then again, I mean that's going to help you at the range, but it ain't going to help you at the what you call it. If you're out there getting defensive situation. But it was just something I was looking at while I was trying to find some topics to talk about tonight, which so
Yeah, seems like it might be interesting to try. I don't know if I'd buy something like that, but maybe give it a try. You never know.
Yeah.
Could help somebody somehow. And the way things are nowadays, almost anything's fashionable. So if I think it's crazy, it's cool. So I don't know. It might be neat to wear glasses like that all day.
Yeah. Yeah. But I know I was thinking, I mean, what I was thinking about it was because I've mentioned it before here, wherein even though these are what do they call them? Okay, I mean they're bifocals, but there's no you don't see the line. Okay, there's a name. Progressive lenses is what they call them because it fades into the reading part without anybody seeing it. I have trouble seeing the target, you know. So, but that's not going to help me. First off, in the middle of if you get a bump in the middle of the night, I gotta. I mean, am I going to grab my glasses before I grab my gun? You know, or do I grab my gun and try to go see what it is? And I'm not seeing very well because it will. I mean, my eyesight's pretty bad. So
I'd recommend grabbing your glasses. I assume you go to bed and they're probably right next to you.
They are. They
Yeah,
are.
if you
And
do have,
normally it's the last thing I take off before I go to sleep. Before I
yeah,
finish whatever I'm doing. It's normally the first thing I put on when I get up in the morning. The only time I don't put them on is if I wake up in the middle of the night and have to use the bathroom. I can I manage to do that all right. So
yeah, I don't know if you hear a bump or something. I mean, I guess it depends where the bump is. If the bump's the window that's 5 feet away from you, then you might want to go for the gun first. But if the bump's down the hall, being able to identify a target, at least get an idea. Is it the drunk neighbor, or are you actually under attack? Or you know what I mean? So
yeah, the gun snob says just shoot them first. It's easier to identify them if they aren't moving. Yeah. So, but I might be going shooting tomorrow. I got plans
good.
to go. I found another still target and took down to him. So he hung out. He said he got him hung up today. So we got rain in the forecast for tomorrow, but I said we're giving it a chance. Hey, I said we can always shoot in between rain showers. Plus, back to when
But you got the garage or whatever, right?
Oh yeah.
So you
But
just sit right there if you want and shoot from right inside.
Yeah, but for sitting, it's easier to stand out if we're doing handgun shooting. It's easier to move closer to the targets because the first target I would say is a good 20 yards from the garage door. No, I mean I can hit. I mean I've shot my handgun at him from inside his garage there. But if you're going to do sort of like 7 yards, 10 yards type stuff, you need to get out there. But then again, I said, then if I'm walking down the walking down the street and somebody wants to mug me, I can't say, no, you can't today because it ain't, it's raining. You know, you got to learn to shoot in the rain.
Yeah, I don't mind it, honestly. It's more work in a sense. You got to do a better, thorough, quicker cleaning job in the end. But I don't mind. I mean, I don't intentionally go out in the rain. But if I'm out and get caught in the rain, nice day out, I'm not packing up to leave. 20 minutes after I get there. So, but there's some that think their guns will melt. I don't know. And granted, I don't. I'm not shooting. $1,000. I don't know. Not shooting anything fancy or whatever either. So, I guess if you were out there with a collectible 1911 or old revolver, you might not want to take the chance. But a modern defensive gun, I don't. It's meant, especially if it's an EDC. I mean, you should be able to, abuse it. It should be a workhorse. You know what I mean? At least my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, can you see the chat there, New York Outcast?
No.
Well, we got we got one there. It says, I want to set the record straight. New York had 40 plus more rounds of ammo than I had. Of course, his hole was bigger, but he also covered way more of the paper than I did. And then she goes, next time we go out shooting, I'm going to bring my glasses so I can actually see where I'm hitting before I walk up to the target. There you go. See? Now, yeah, it's that's the second time she's outshot you, though. It really is. So, what can I say? That's just the
like
way
having a happy lady. What can I say?
Yeah. Oh, what's call it? Back to another thing I was looking at before we went live here was I was looking at gadgets on. I mean, I don't need to anymore because I got the 380, and it's it's easy to rack and stuff. But I was looking at gadgets to rack. If you have trouble racking your firearm, gadgets you can put on your slide to pull it back, to help you pull it back. Kevin said, "Stop poking the bear, Rick."
Thanks, Kev. Damn. Yeah, no, I don't know. If you need something to help you, I guess it's, do what you got to do. I think it adds weight, bulk, not necessarily a plus. Maybe consider switching over to a revolver. I don't know. Yeah, because obviously semi-auto, you could have more rounds, but at the same time, if you have trouble operating it, on a normal day, God forbid you got your hand slammed in a door and we're going hand to hand for a little bit. So maybe just switching to a revolver to play it safe would be a better option. Having 6 shots you can use, might be better. 6 guaranteed ones. So
I can't. That's a thought. I could take my my little 38 special revolver tomorrow. Practice with that too. I haven't shot that 38 revolver in. Oh God, it must be 3 years. Because I remember I bought two boxes of ammo when I bought the damn thing, and I still got 3/4 of one of those boxes left. So I've only ever fired maybe 60, 65 rounds through it.
Yeah, might want to get that out then. Show it some love.
Yeah. Makes it's sitting there in the old gun locker thing, So I was
What'd you pay
actually
for it? What kind is it?
it's a Taurus Model
Okay.
85. It's a 38 special. It's not a three. It's not a mag. It's not a 357 mag that you can
Yeah.
shoot 38s in. You know. But I mean that I think that was the second gun I ever purchased. So really, I wasn't. I should have asked for help or whatever. You know, I should have bought a 357 Magnum that I could have shot 38s in it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah. Or at least knowing it was an option, considered
yes,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I
But
just had this conversation with a friend yesterday.
oh yeah,
Found out. Yeah. Found out he bought a gun, which I was like, what? Thinking like, yeah, illegally or something. You know what I mean? Like, because he's speaking of a handgun.
yeah,
No, a shop sold him a gun. Of course, he couldn't take it home, and they led him to believe that being a New York resident, all you had to do was go apply for a permit, and you'll have it in 2 weeks, and you can come back and pick his gun up. But that is not how it works. So,
you
the
explained
shop
it to
got
him.
his ass. He picked up, I guess, a 38. I asked him, well, what
Yes,
kind? He doesn't know jack shit. I was like, oh my god, why didn't you like say something? I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
but he was a typical guy. I'm gonna take it upon myself, and
yeah. I know. That's what
it
I
was
did.
this same shit, and and I'd ask, well, why didn't did you consider a 357? And he looked at me funny, and I had to go through that whole conversation that you were just speaking of.
Yeah,
Basically, more than likely he's going to get screwed because everything right now is iffy. And I don't want to get on personal information, but I'm not even sure if they'd clear him anyway at a normal day. So let alone now where
yeah,
they're
yeah,
dying to, tell people no. So I don't know. And she had no idea. I said, well, did they say something about a restocking fee just in case? And he was like, no. And I'm like, they all charge a restocking fee. Like, yeah, all of them around here. Like, you'd be
So
lucky if it's
he's
not.
already purchased it, but
Yeah,
hasn't
you
got it.
already paid for it.
Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, he
I
might
was
have
like,
to
yeah, I
pay.
guess they'll take your money. So,
I mean, what I'm saying is, tell him he might have to pay a restocking fee, but you'll go with him and get it.
uh,
Help him.
well, I mean, I guess he said he's gonna apply. So I don't know if he's still doubting what I'm trying to explain to him or what. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's how shit people are. It's like I don't know. So I'll try to keep you guys updated. At least what he'll tell me because I'm
yeah.
sure when he realizes you know how he
I mean,
stepped in it, he's not going to want to share.
yeah. It's not that easy to do that in New York.
No, no. I was like, yeah, the news, everybody makes you believe one thing. Like, oh, you can get a gun easier in education. You can get a gun.
Yeah,
It's like, no, not legally.
yeah.
So,
Harder to get a book out of the library than
yeah,
buy a gun.
bunch of crap.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, I was just thinking though. Uh, I thought aren't ARs illegal in New York, or
No,
they have to be
no.
a certain type?
There's features you have to worry about
Okay,
and all
all
this
right.
stuff. So, yeah, there's a
Yeah,
couple different ways you can have them set up. Um, depending where you get your information, you may only think there's one, but that's not the true case. So a lot of people are pinning mags, and I get them questioning me, why didn't you, drill and pin your mag in? I'm like, just, I'd rather have a goofy handleable and a usable rifle. I don't know. I can tell you if you pick your poison in a sense. I can
oh yeah,
compensate easier with my grip than reloading, and we're already limited on 10-round mag. So if I needed it for something serious, with as soon as you pin a mag, it's not an AR anymore, in my opinion. I don't, it becomes a bolt gun basically with a box magazine. So
yeah,
not that it couldn't be used, but it's I don't know, sacrilegious to me. So, but no, it is legal. It depends on your setup, markers, all that type of stuff. So.
yeah,
But
yeah.
a lot of people are shocked though, because there's a lot of people who think they aren't or whatever. So the lady there was telling me, Kevin was asking what happened with that 22 round, in my last video. So basically, it failed to fire on the first try there, where I, showed the camera and
Yeah.
whatnot, set it aside, ran out all the ammo, put it back in the magazine,
And it fired.
rechambered, pulled the trigger, and it fired. Yeah, so I'm thinking it was just maybe settled primer or something, but
I mean, did it have
it was 7 years old. So
yeah, did it have a primer strike in it?
yep, it did.
So yeah, so it took another hit to set it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is the case occasionally. So,
It
but
does happen.
honestly, I normally have great luck as long as I don't mess with those Remington
Yeah.
Thunderbolt
But as you
things or
said,
whatever.
that ammo was 7 years old too.
Yeah,
You know.
and honest to God, all the shooting I've done with 22 with that gun, that's the first round that's failed to fire. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Granted, I've shot a lot more 22 in my life, and I've had failures prior to that. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just stating it's been a damn good run lately.
Yeah. I mean, like that poll you put out, I would trust I would still trust a 22.
Me too. I
So,
mean, if you had other options, sure, but if not,
yeah.
hey,
Yeah. I don't
22's
know.
claimed a lot of lives, a lot of misery.
I don't know if 9mm has taken the lead, but the 22. I mean, worldwide has been used in more uh, shootings around the world than any other caliber. But 9mm might have overtaken that now. You know?
I don't know. I know 9mm, depending how you do your searches, 9 is like king of the world as far as the most available and most common across the board in most cases. But in America, if you do the Google search for 20 or what rounds killed the most in America, usually it pops up to be 22. Because I've been saying this too for a year or two now, a couple of years. So just recently I rechecked. I mean, if you want to count Google as your source, but and that's the way it was. So apparently I think it's because people underestimate a 22. They look at it as a toy. It's a cap gun. Blah blah blah. And, it's not
Well, I don't want
necessarily
to be
the
shot
case.
by one.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a painful, slow. It's not a quick put you out of your misery deal, unless you get a good shot. But an accidental shot to the hip, that's got to suck, or the gut. Oh God.
Yeah. Tomorrow's meant to. I don't think I'll be taking the AR tomorrow because it's meant to be handgun shooting only tomorrow. That's what we originally said we were going to do. Just handgun because we're both. I mean, since the ammo shortage and no primers or anything, we really haven't shot a lot because we saving what we got. But we thought, it's time. I mean, you got to stay. I mean, I'll hit my target. It might take me a couple of magazines to get back in, to get back into where I was before. But normally I'm a pretty good shot. I've said that before. But I said I haven't shot a firearm in a couple of months now. So,
I think the golden rule is almost like stated in that movie: aim small, miss small. But in practice, self-defense, statistically, you should almost be able to instinct shoot the target according to the numbers. You know what I mean? So really, if you're catching minute of man, it's not too bad. Most people don't want to sit there and shoot it out with it. So
see, that's what I was talking about when I said about going outside in the rain or standing outside to shoot at these targets. That, I mean, you can't do that from you can, but I mean, I was thinking of standing closer to the target to do that sort of, draw and shoot without, what I'm saying, within 7 to 10 yards in case.
practice that or whatever. And it's good to be as precise as possible. I mean, worst case scenario, you got the hostage situation or something like that. But
the Misfit Darling said, I know all you gun guys and girls out there who say I'm crazy, but I would EDC that gun if I had a permit. I trust it, and I'm very comfortable shooting it. Now, why haven't you, after all of these years, why haven't you got a permit? That's what I want to know. Rob, what are you doing? Why didn't you
She's a
help her get one?
criminal, man.
What?
Well,
there you go. There you go.
Not really. Not really.
Yeah.
But she does get flagged for long gun personages, so she gets cleared, but she gets held up. So that's been the she's been hesitant, to invest the money, to not knowing, if they will or will not. They have the choice. Where now things are different, but court wise, they're different, but that's not how the state's dealing with the court. So
yeah, I saw that thing on what was it? Guns and Gadgets. Was it yesterday or the day before? He said they that they're when it some I'm trying to think when they passed it. Was it last year? Anyway, to do with the NIC system, right? They're going to anybody who is delayed or denied, that information has to go to the local police to investigate you now, even on a delay. And if you remember, that was written into the new next thing they did. Was it last year or the year before that they passed? They finally got around. It goes into effect October 1, I believe. Just want to let you know that anybody out there who always gets a delayed, they're going to do an investigation on you now. That's our government for you.
Yeah, seems weird. I mean, especially reasonings or this or that. If your name was somewhere. If you were a witness somewhere, your name's popped up, shit like that. I don't know. It seems kind of weird.
Well,
how some of that works.
Well, under Biden's administration, right, all the criminals are buying their guns legally. So if they get flagged, they'll be able to catch all these criminals buying guns legally. Yeah, No problem, Travis. So sorry, he was talking about his baked beans video he did the other day. I watched it.
Of course you did.
Of course he did, and I told him he needs to put butter on his toast before he pours the beans on. That's the way I was brought up to eat it.
Wasn't it like last week you were talking about watching?
Yeah,
Travis's bean video too.
Yeah,
you got a thing for beans, huh?
Yeah, he actually bought a can of real British or English baked beans. They got a slight different taste to American baked beans.
So that's the way to get to your heart, huh? You got to show up with a fresh pan or can of beans.
Yeah. Hey, maybe Rob should do that. Oh, Travis is going on about my poll. Says I should do a 5 to 6 Thursday show right before his Caliber Corner, and people can finish up with Sandhills Media. Yeah. Travis said British Heinz beans are good. I know they are. They are good baked beans. If anybody gets a chance to buy a can, I would buy them. There is a big difference. So, anyway, went way off topic there. That's Travis for you. So, what were we discussing? Oh, 2 Live Moo, what type of primers are you looking for? Small rifle primers is my main thing I need. I've still got. I'm going to need some small pistol primers soon. I've only got a couple of hundred left of those, but I've got about 1,000 large pistol primers. You know, so that's what I'm looking for, and I'm gonna. I've only got maybe 25 223 bullets left, so I got to buy some more. I got to get hold of primers and bullets. I got powder, so I got tons of brass. You know, well, anyway, I don't want to get back into reloading because Rob would leave.
I was just sorting brass earlier today too. So
why you don't reload?
Nah, I know, but I plan to one day. So
oh, so you do keep a thing on it?
Yeah, I try to keep all my stuff. Plus, I figure depending what happens first, if I get into reloading or end up traveling, I might just donate some brass to one of you guys out and about too. So especially stuff I don't have. Because whenever I go out, I not all the time, but once in a while, stop by the local shooting spot and basically look and discuss and pick up brass. So
okay,
get some, basically, especially like the 223 stuff like that. Anything I'm gonna reload, I look for, but come across some 30-06 and 45, 40, what 2270 something. I don't know. It's got a bunch of different weird ones too. So figure instead of tossing them, I don't know, Squib uses them or whatever or whoever, but
yeah,
donate them off.
Yeah, I collect other. I got some other kind of. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is, but I got some brass that I don't even shoot because you never know. I might own one day. You know, mainly handgun. I'm trying to think. I think it's 350s. I think it's 357. Is it? Or is it 44 Magnums? It's one of those two that I've got. I got not many, maybe 100 that I've picked up at the range. And there was a whole pile of them there on the ground, so I picked them all up.
Well, there you go. Now you just got to get a reloader that has stuff that you need and do a little barter.
Yeah. Kingpin. Small rifle is for what? 223? Yes, Kingpin. 223s use a small rifle primer. So I was asked a question. That's why I brought it up there, Rob. But oh, did you see? Going off, not off topic, but did you see that article where that old guy shot that robber with a shotgun, and he goes running out the place, going, "He shot my arm off."
No, I haven't.
Yeah, that was I think that was yesterday. I think some old boy. I think it was a guy. I know it was an old person. When I say old, older than me. Yeah, two armed guys busted in. So he shot the leader, the one in first with the shotgun, and he turned around and come running out and going, "He shot my arm off." and had him taken to the local hospital. Of course, he got it. Once they fixing him up, he's going to got. I don't think when story came out, they hadn't arrested him because he was still in hospital. Recovering from his gunshot.
Yeah, so what you get, man.
That's right. You take your consequence.
I don't know why people are shocked. I mean, I'm assuming running in armed. Was this guy armed trying to rob the guy, or?
Oh yeah, there was two of them. They were both armed.
Wow, I mean,
with handguns, and somebody said he was an 80-year-old guy.
Shit, you run in armed on somebody, don't be shocked you get shot. Why does that surprise you?
It shouldn't. But for some
No,
unknown reason,
no,
it seems to shock the people on the left. You know,
I don't get it. I don't get that. It's
I
like,
don't
if
either.
you're gonna sit there and instigate an argument with somebody at a bar or something, don't be shocked if you get punched in the face. It happens. I don't understand.
Uh, so, oh, just for an update, my poll is running at 82% now to go to a regular chat on Wednesdays. So, just wanted to let people know in case they wanted to vote in it. So, all right, what else? What else was I going to discuss? I didn't bring my note. The notes I have are mainly for I'm collecting topics for Saturday's show, you know. But I think what I was researching is whether I'm going to do it or not. But I don't know what happened last time I applied to the government housing thing down in the local town of Birdseye. I never heard anything from anybody. So I called them up the other day and I asked them, and the person I talked to, was wasn't too. I don't think they were fully loaded. Anyway, I told them to send me another application, so I'm going to fill it out again. But whether I want to move or not, I don't know. But where I'm going is what I was searching, since it was sort of like government sponsored or whatever housing per se. Even though it's privately owned, I think the government uh, subsidizes it or whatever. So I was checking to make sure because I know whether it's legal or not, or constitutional, I should say. I remember in Rhode Island when I was living there, the local housing like that was in our local town. I mean, there was a big sign before, even on the website, when you went to ask for an application, that said no firearms allowed in this building. Right, and that's what I was trying to check here, seeing if it's government. But I don't believe they're allowed to do that. And that's what I was checking. Does anybody know? See, I mean, that would deter me from moving into somewhere like that. If they can tell me I can't have firearms in a government-owned subsidized housing,
I don't know. I assume it would be, state by state, area by area, maybe. So I don't know. To be honest with you, I've heard of similar things, or I've seen. I know they'll ask that on applications here in New York for housing, but I don't know, if that's a disqualifier or something. So
Yeah.
could be. I don't know.
I'm just, to me, I would think to me, it's stop me from having my firearms in a place like that where the government helps subsidize the rent. Because basically what it is, your rent's based off of what you earn, right? Or what your income is. So the lower your income, the lower the rent. And I think the government picks up the difference. I'm not sure on that. Don't quote me
Yeah,
on it.
I don't know if they do or not. I know somebody that lived in them, some apartments, same type of thing. Long time ago, they were younger. They qualified, I guess, as low income. Their job, they got promoted, started moving up, doing well. And by the time they left there, a few years later, they were paying more there than, a nice unsubsidized place.
Yeah.
Basically, they ended up getting a house cheaper than their rent. house payment cheaper than rent when they left there. So I think, it maybe, if you're on the higher end, you'll pay a lot more than you should. And maybe that helps compensate the others that, pay less. I also had a customer whose daughter was in a place like that, and she got evicted because she wouldn't stop smoking weed. And her rent was like $50 a month.
Wow.
And I was working at his place. She came over trying to move back in with him, and he was like, "Hell no!" He's Jamaican. It was funny as hell, but the whole accent thing. I mean, I couldn't help but laugh my ass off. He was like, "Nah, like you're too stupid. You won't even stop smoking in your house. I can't help you." Like,
I think
like $50.
I think weed was legal in Jamaica years ago.
Something, but she ain't from Jamaica. You know what I mean? It's just a principle. Like you can go outside and smoke all you want. You just can't smoke in your damn house. So you're paying $50 to live here. You got to wash your dryer, clean
plenty
stuff,
of money to buy weed.
What the hell are you doing?
Like, it gave you plenty of money to buy weed.
Some shit. Yeah, man, you can't fix stupid, I guess.
No, but where I was going with this is, I don't feel that they should be able to say, no, you can't have firearms in here, because what they're doing is denying me, if I'm legally allowed, to denying me my Second Amendment. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Anyway, Squib has joined us. How you doing, Squib? You like that? Which socks are you wearing today?
Dan Post, cowboy.
Okay. Yeah, your go-to sock.
My go-to sock. Yep.
Yeah, I watched the video. Okay, I watched it. Yeah.
So. Yeah, I watched it too, and I left a question. Damn it! I want to see a video of your foot. This guy's got to have like wooden peg feet with hooks for legs or toes or something.
I am not dealing with your fetishes.
Now, what I've been thinking, like his big toe, he's taken the toenail and clipped it into a point, and that's why he keeps getting holes in his socks.
Nope.
I don't know. Maybe he likes climbing trees in the evenings, and we don't know. I don't know. That's why I want to see proof, because I've never seen anybody wear socks out like that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got some tough feet, is all I can say.
I don't sit on my ass, that's for sure. And I don't go up a ladder onto a roof wearing sandals.
Defense Dad, socks are just a fad. Mind you, Defense Dad, you got sort of a point there. I mean, like in this hot weather during the summer months, even at my old age, I wear my shorts. I don't wear socks. With my see, I used to do that, but I don't anymore.
Always wear socks. What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
That's how people get those stinky feet and all that funky stuff. I mean, I can see if you're wearing sandals at the beach, you live in Arizona, it's 110 or something like that. I can see that. But in normal situations, I don't know. I mean, you can take all the pretty out of a girl because of some stank ass feet, man. I'm telling you. But you should wear socks. I've seen this happen, which is disturbing. Like those Uggs. Oh my God. Don't ever get near those damn things with these girls.
So before that video published, I was contacted by a company who wanted me to review their socks. They were willing to give me free socks to review. And they sent me a link to their Amazon store. Now, this wasn't one of those normal ones where it's like, we'll give you money and then you turn around and buy our product off of Amazon. As soon as they say that, I'm out. I know lots of YouTubers fall for that bullshit, but that's already hinky. If you can't literally just pull one off the shelf out of your warehouse and ship it to me, there's a problem. Maybe not necessarily with the product, but with the fucking company. So they didn't pull that hinky bullshit. They just sent me the link because that's how they sell their socks, or through Amazon. So I could take a look to determine which ones I wanted. I emailed them back. You get 4 socks for $20. I'd venture to say that these socks are probably not made in America. They did not respond to me. And that is not the first time I've had a company contact me about review our product. And as soon as I start asking questions about the product or ask where it's made or say that I typically only do American-made products, they just cut me off. I've gone back and forth with some of these companies, asking them technical questions and all this other stuff. And after a while, they just go, screw it. They just want some idiot with a channel to push their product for free. And it's like, I'm not going to lie to my audience. I don't give a fuck how much stuff you're going to give me for free. I've had companies say, we'll give you this item for free and another one to give to one of your subscribers. And it's like, no, I would never use that in a million years. Why would I do? How am I going to do an honest review on it? I don't, nope. So I don't know. Socks to me are something important. If I'm wearing them out more so than your average person, maybe it just means that I'm more active. But if I can get a pair of socks to last a decent amount of time, then those are probably some really durable socks. So it would behoove a sock company to want me to test their product. But I was comparing kind of as close to apples as I could. I know I had wool and I had cotton in there. So there's your big difference. But they were all American made and they were all roughly in the same price range.
Yeah. So, mind you, grip
3
6,
days and you wear a hole? 3 days, man.
I mean, but what I'm saying is grip 6. Isn't that the name of that company? The one that you went and saw in Utah, wherever it was?
Yep.
How did they take in your negative reviews?
They haven't contacted me since my second sock video. They have not. I've tried to contact them about questions or about trying to get that belt for Rob because I know they had that buckle in the building. I had the damn thing in my hand. They wouldn't let me take it because they didn't want me doing a video on it or wearing it before they released it to the public. I should have just hit the guy and ran out the door. But
damn right you should have.
I know they've got some of them in the building. I literally said, can't you just take one off of so-and-so's desk? I know he's got one, right? When he ain't looking, just go snatch one. I think they didn't, they got what they wanted out of me. I'm not saying that they make a terrible belt. I'm not saying they make a terrible wallet, but their socks, despite the fact that they're American made out of all American components and they have a lifetime warranty, they aren't durable in my opinion. I've given them a try. Now, maybe at a later point, they'll come up with a heavier weight sock and I'll try that out or something else like that. But they'll honor their warranty. If you want to keep mailing these damn things back, they'll keep giving you free ones. But, and some of the products that I thought that they were going to come out with, they haven't. They were talking to me about different things they had in the works. That ain't happened, but they're not the first company to say, yeah, man, we're going to have this. And then you see something on their website and then suddenly it disappears and it's gone. And, so I still believe in Grip 6 from this company standpoint. They're an American company, American employees, as many components, as many processes, as many pieces of equipment in the building as they can have are American made. They are trying to be as close to 100% American made as possible. And that, from that standpoint, I like it. The fact that a guy, busted his ass in his garage to make this belt and whatnot. And I really do like the belt. The wallet is definitely not for everybody. Rob would never find a use for the wallet in a million years.
Yeah.
But the socks, I don't care if they're made here and they're made out of all American components and all the work if they don't hold out, they're no good to me.
Are you sending those ones back to get them replaced again?
I could, but I haven't. I figured what I'd do is just maybe at a later point, see if they come up with any other socks that I might test out and then just send them back a box of socks.
Well,
all right, see you later, Misfit.
I'm shocked because I've got socks. I mean, cheap socks, nothing special. You know what I mean? Hanes, whatever. This stuff. I've had these for like a year. They're still in good condition. I wear them. I wear them all winter. I don't wear long socks in the summer, but I mean, I can literally go years. Like, that's what blows my mind. Like, how the hell are these, what are they, like, degrade with sweat and just fall apart or what? A cheap pair of Hanes will last you, could last you a year. They're not cushiony, soft and everything after a while, but they're not ripped apart. I mean, the hell's going on, man? You're paying what, $20? I don't know. forgot what your video said. $16 to $22 a pair, and you're getting days out of them.
He must have
Like,
big calluses on his toes.
I'd want to burn that son of a bitch down. Something's wrong, man. Something. I need to see your feet.
Well, I don't spend my day riding around a freaking bicycle like I'm 6 years old. I spend my day. For the past 45 minutes, I was climbing up and down on top of a robot. Climb back down, get some more tools, get some parts. Climb back up, or do some work. Climb back down, go over, climb back on top of another road. Climb back down. You know, sometimes I just jump. I wear steel-toed boots. I move around. I mean, I'm pouring in sweat. I'm pouring in sweat right now because this factory is hot as hell. Okay, you're the one who was saying that you would pay for a freaking Kirby vacuum or whatever because it'll last 20 years or some crap.
Expensive boots.
So here's the thing:
within
if
reason,
if somebody's going to sell me $16 socks made in America with a lifetime warranty and they last a matter of days or weeks, and somebody's going to sell me a $32 pair made in America with a lifetime warranty, and 6 months later they still aren't worn out, guess which one I'm going to spend my money on, right? So it's the same principle.
I guess, but my cheap ass regular run of the mill socks are kicking your expensive socks ass.
Hey man, you want to keep giving your money to Vietnam? You go right ahead. That's you talk about your American-made product, your veteran-owned American-made product, and I guarantee you those Hanes socks are made in the Philippines or some shit.
But I wonder how long they'd last. Yeah, I think you ought to try the cheap ones to see if there's a difference.
Man, I ain't had foreign-made socks in probably, 25, 30 years maybe? It's been a long time. I ain't had foreign-made socks. That's one thing. There's a lot of companies in America making socks. So I'm not worried about it. I mean, certain things I wear out. Other things, I get why somebody want to buy something disposable. I don't buy a $180 pair of sunglasses. They're nice, but I'd end up losing them or breaking them. I'd rather just buy something that's $10 or less, and if it breaks, pull another one out of the package, and so I'm practical. I can be practical. Sunglasses are practically disposable to me, right? But something else like that, my feet, comfort of my feet's important. That's one thing. All of those socks were comfortable. There were none of them that were lacked any support or comfort or anything else like that.
Oh, Two Live Moose says, I have a Kirby that's 31 years old. So there you go, Rob.
There you go. Now that's a green son of a bitch right there.
Yeah.
That's one household that doesn't toss a vacuum out every 3 years. Think about
Kirby's are good vacuums. That's why they're so expensive.
Yeah.
I can't afford one myself.
I wonder if they got a payment plan.
They probably do.
Yeah.
They used to.
I mean, it can't be any different than a cell phone. You pay the same whether or not you make installments over 24 months or you pay for it cash on the spot. It's the same price. So where's the incentive?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So, all right. Next topic. Anybody got one?
Well, what were you guys talking about? Low income
high price socks.
What were you talking about? Low income housing? You mean that ripoff?
It's based on your income.
Yeah, that's total bullshit. That's communist socialist bullshit. Have you ever? Okay, so back when I used to live in apartments, because I've moved around from one to another, I would look around and you see the nice new ones.
Poor stuff again.
You'd see the nice new ones, beautiful landscape. Hell, one of them had a pond with a fake lighthouse in the middle of it, right? All this shit. You go in there and they go, oh no, this is for senior citizens. What the fuck? Oh, well, they don't have a lot of money. Bullshit. Senior citizens are fucking wealthy as shit. They got more money than anybody. And I thought that was crap, right? So I'm like, all right, fine. They're senior citizens. They're old and they're weak and they, I guess they need a nice place to live right before they die. But then you go to the other ones and be like, well, this is for low income people. And I go, low income people, dude, they're beautiful. They're new. They're nice. They're fully furnished. They're big. I mean, it's like, yeah, but so let me get this straight. If I decide I want to go flip burgers for a living, I can live here. But if I bust my ass at a factory 60 hours a week, I got to go live in the fucking shitty apartments across the street. Yeah. Okay. Well, how can they afford to live here? How can you? Oh, because the government subsidizes it. What? They pay the difference. So my motherfucking tax dollars from busting my ass are paying for $32 an hour a week fucking lazy ass to live someplace nicer? Well, I mean, more or less. I mean, and it's like, what a load of shit. It's incentive to be a lazy fucking deadbeat and a drain on society.
Well, I understand where you're coming from, but my original question was, I mean, I got an application coming just in case things get worse under this administration. Can they stop me from having my guns because it's government subsidized?
Probably because it's government subsidized, they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah,
but even if it wasn't, if it's private,
my Second Amendment.
Yeah, and you can't go into the post office with a gun, right? If you live in the barracks on base, you have to store your firearms in the armory, and you're beholden to their rules and their schedule. There's all kinds of
company.
Yeah, but the military is
leave or
different.
not have a gun, you have to. I mean, or else it's a trespassing. So
yeah, but the military is different.
It's the government.
Yeah, but you signed on the dotted line.
It's the government. It's not about on the dotted line. It's about having it on the federal property. It's not about your contract. It's about having guns on a federal.
Oh yeah, I know
facility.
You can't have it in courthouses and stuff and post office or.
What's interesting is I can walk in a national park, open carry. If they have open carry as a state law, I can do it in a national park. But if I go to a state where you can't open or conceal, then I can't at a national park. That is a rule that Obama created. National parks have to follow the state gun laws. Now, you might not be able to hunt there, but it's kind of nice being able to open carry while you go hiking.
Yeah. But I mean, that was my question. I was just asking. See,
here's the thing. If the government is going to give you a cheaper place to live, then they should put all kinds of restrictions. So you don't want to live there.
See, it could stop me from doing it.
Good. The less people to live there, the less I get taxed for this bullshit.
Well, see, but it goes back. I still haven't given up on my dream of having my 1 or 2 acres, even at my age.
Oh, don't worry. Rob will help you give up on it.
So,
Jeez, thanks, bud.
Hey, when we hear that water, that's not you filling a coffee pot. That's not you going to the bathroom. That's you pouring it all over a blanket that you're going to send to Rick, because a wet blanket.
No. Look, it's fine to dream and all this, but you got to get your ducks in order. This housing thing would be part of that process. He'd have more money in his pocket, free up funds to get his land. Doesn't have to be his dying point. It could be a stepping stone.
I think that if you live in government subsidized housing, that you should have to volunteer so many hours a week or you get evicted. I don't care whether you're the crossing guard for the school, you're picking up trash, you're doing something. But like community service, that they make people do instead of sending them to jail, which I think is more cost effective. I think that whether you're young, you're old, you're healthy, you're not, there's always something you can do. I don't give a shit what it is. There is something you can do. So the government should say, all right, you've got to show up and work. And if you don't, we're booting your ass.
Yeah.
I mean, one way or the other, you're going to work. You're going to work for it. But they don't. They don't because they want you to vote for them. Don't worry. Rick will be voting Democrat after he gets in there. They'll take his guns and then indoctrinate him. And he'll be like, I ain't losing my shit.
Yeah.
It's a mixed bag, especially like in New York. Some people are, mentally off. Some people are physically off. Some are young with 15 kids or whatever. Some are working, productive citizens that just qualify and it's cheap rent. It's a mixed bag, but I mean, I kind of get what you mean, but in some cases, I can see it being beneficial. But like anything, people abuse the crap out of everything. So,
but it's not equality of opportunity; it's equality of outcome, and that is not an American value.
Somebody told me I should get a job driving a school bus.
Yeah, it pays like $9.80 an hour.
Hey, but I said I couldn't do that because I said
pay more than that here.
They're firing me because I'll be mean to the kids. I tell them to sit down. And if they talk back to me, I would yell at them.
So the school buses have cameras and microphones on them. They record everything that happens. If a kid gets belligerent with you, you report them to the school, they contact the parents, and they can't ride the bus for a week. They do it a second time, they can't ride the bus for the rest of the year. They do it a third time, they can't ride the bus the rest of the time they're in the, that's, yep.
Every
Also,
district doesn't have buses
they
with
won't sit
cameras and
down,
all that. So
if they won't sit down, I'll just slam the brakes on, make them sit down.
If you ain't got cameras and
they
mic,
use personal vehicles and put a sign on that says school bus, and parents
that's Arkansas, dude.
That's Arkansas. Some places like that here. It depends where you're at. So whether you're in a big city or whatever, a lot of these small places, they don't have the funding for all that fancy shit.
Hey, back to what you were saying that we should get a job if you're in being subsidized by the government. Tactical FUD says they should sit around and make Hanes socks. You know?
Yeah, so we don't have to buy them from someplace in the Orient.
Real quick before I forget, on my quiz, I've only had 2 entries so far, and both of them are wrong. Your answers. So, what I wanted to, I'll give you the question. It's an email. We'll do the drawing next Saturday. What I wanted to know was the AR-10. Let's see, was in Army trials in 1957, I believe. And it didn't make it. The Army didn't choose it. They chose the M14. Why didn't it make it? Is what I want to know. Now, I got my information off of Google. That's all I'm going to say. There was a reason why. So, not saying they would have picked it, but there was a reason. It failed the trials. That's all. If I tell you any more, I'll give you the goddamn answer. So, email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. Get it to me by next Saturday and a chance for the swag pack. There we go. Okay, back. I just wanted to make sure I got that out. Because normally 8 o'clock people might start drifting, because I've been on there an hour. But, yeah. So what are we talking about? So you think that they could tell me not if I
14 years, Squib.
What?
14 years.
They got a hole in them.
I could wear those. Those are issued socks. Little hole down there. Pull on the heel, but they always tend to rip where you're pulling them on. And that's like the oldest socks I have. Probably.
So he held on to his ripped up socks from the Army.
Well, I got all types of stuff. So.
Hey, you get a hole in the toe of your sock, just pull your sock over and bend it over your toe as you slip your shoe in your shoe.
I've torn them at the top. I've had them separated top. I've worn holes in the heel on other socks as well. I mean, it's not just the toe. That just seems to be, maybe my foot slides around in my boots a little bit more than some people. My steel-toed boots or whatnot, or maybe these boots, maybe there's not enough leather or something in there and it's just rubbing against the top. I don't know. I don't really care. It's just the fact that one pair outlasted all the others. So that's the moral of the story, is who outlasted all the others.
Yeah.
And getting back to the government stuff, I don't care if the government tells you what food you have to eat, what religion you have to be, what time you have to get up, what you can and can't have in your apartment, any of it. I don't care any of it. If my tax dollars are paying for it and I didn't agree with it, I hope they make it as difficult as possible for anybody who takes advantage of this. It shouldn't exist. It should not exist. Everybody in this country has equality of opportunity. I used to work. This is the main reason why I don't have any sympathy for poor people, or I don't have sympathy for people who want to whine and complain about what they don't have and then they don't go out there and get it. I worked with a guy who typed with a fucking stick in his mouth, and he made 6 figures. He hurt himself when he was a teenager, and he could move like 3 fingers on one hand and sort of swing the arm back and forth. He can turn his neck, he can talk, and he rode around in a special chair with everything hooked up to him. You know, and he would have to.
Tell me that guy didn't get any government assistance, no grants, no funding for school like they do with the deaf or blind or any of the other people out there.
He would ride the special bus for people in a wheelchair back and forth to work when his wife didn't drive him in the.
What a bastard! What a downright
your
bastard!
Your tax dollar paying for that.
Yeah. Believe me, as many times as I had to go out there in the snow and stand out there with him and help him get him onto the bus or whatever it was. The whole point being is that if he can work, if he can go to a job and work where he's got to type on a computer, he went to college to get his engineering degree. Maybe the government subsidized it. Maybe they paid for it. Maybe this, maybe that. But at a certain point, I don't think he was getting a whole lot of government assistance because he was making as much as all the other test engineers. The guy had money. So if he can get off, or not even say get off his ass, actually he couldn't. He was stuck in that chair. But if he can work, anybody can work. I don't want to hear these people say, you hear somebody go, man, I had to retire because I hurt myself. And then you see them at the golf course. Or they're out bowling. Or they're fishing.
They're out four-wheeling.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck ever?
I totally agree with you on that aspect. You
so
can
what
answer
the fuck,
a phone,
man?
You can point people to the right direction. There's a lot of shit you
Believe
could
me,
do.
I don't want to be trapped. I don't want to be trapped in a chair having to type on a computer to earn a living. But if that's what it took to feed my family, then I guess I'd fucking do it. All I know is I haven't qualified for shit for government programs. I could take some classes for free because I'm part Indian. Well, who the fuck ain't part Indian? Well, that Elizabeth Warren chick ain't, but other than her, who the fuck, right? And it's like, and I don't really care. And I qualify for some stuff because I'm a veteran, but that's part of the whole freaking serving and shit, right? You know, and I don't take advantage of all that stuff, but if I did or I didn't, that's my personal business. I'm saying if you are capable of working and you don't work and the government goes, here, we'll go ahead and help you out. Or somebody wants to say, oh man, I can't do this. But then you go see them doing something else and go, ain't that just as strenuous as, yeah, I've got no sympathy. I just don't. I don't.
All right. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Okay, we're coming to the end here. My poll is still open, and 84% say change the format. So that's you know. Oh, did you see the poll there, Squib? Oh, he must have got busy, pulled away. My poll was,
whatever.
I change the format to a regular chat or keep it shooting with disabilities?
I guess it really doesn't matter.
But I'm the wet blanket. My goodness.
Well, it doesn't matter because even if he changes it, he'll bitch. He'll bitch about the show if he, the format. He doesn't like this, he doesn't like that, or he'll waffle on about something. Or just when the show's getting good, that's when he's going to cut it off. So, I mean, format, does it really matter? Probably not.
Hey, it's my show. I can do what I want.
That is true. That I do respect.
You know?
You gotta stop letting them cats run your life, Rick.
Do what?
You gotta stop letting them cats run your life.
Hey, it's not cats, it's cat.
Cat, yeah. Give it a little nudge and tell you'll deal with it when you deal with it.
Yeah, this one's become awful clingy since the other one died. You know? It's he's becoming a pain in the ass. He might be joining the other one soon. But keeps this shit up. You know? Yeah. The problem is he's just getting old. Aren't you? He's right.
Forget who the boss is.
He's sitting here on the table next to me. Next to my computer. You know? He's been walking across my my keyboard. 3 or 4 times during this show. You know, bastard. So, anyway, Rob, you got any shout outs or plugs?
Not really. I figured out how to do shorts, I think. So got a couple out. If anybody's interested or you haven't seen them or whatever. Obviously, no big deal. I'm just playing with it. So, other than that, 22 video out there. If you're one of them people that thinks 22 is trash, maybe you should check it out. Or if you're, got a piece of crap gun you make excuses for and blame it on 22 ammo, maybe you should check it out. But other than that, thanks for joining us. Obviously, eat a salad, do something healthy, and apparently don't buy expensive socks.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention it, rnldisplays.com. Like for me, I had the AR wall mount behind me, but it also comes with the desk mount, which is next to my one up there. Comes with all the hardware to hang it on the wall and everything else. American made, owned by a veteran. And when you get to the checkout, type in Rick's Life and get 15% discount. There you go. All you lovely people out there, don't say I don't do anything for you. So, Squib, you got anything?
Nah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. I really do.
Yeah, I can't believe I was on the show for 30 minutes and nobody came by complaining that they broke something else.
I'm quite surprised, too, that you managed to stay on right through without having to disappear for a while. All right. I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat for stopping by on this on this Wednesday evening. Let me close my poll. I ended the poll. 84%. Yeah. Yes was 84%. No was 15%. So there we go. So it looks like next Wednesday is going to be Rick's Life as I see it, midweek report. Or something like that, I'm going to title it. So
how about change the title of the show to Rick's Little House?
On government subsidy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's what I'm going to. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not saying I'm not going to bring up shooting with disability topics, but it's not going to be, you know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of you started coming here because of that, but I'm going to change it for a little while to see what happens. If I start losing a bunch of people, then I might go back to it, So, all right. So with that, I'm going to say good night to everybody, and I will see you all on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, the only time zone that matters. So, good evening, everybody. Bye, Sabrina.